Yeah, we are live. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome all to this exciting episode. Today we have Rohit as our prospective um, guest and in candidate. So we got to ask questions to Rohit and know more about him, know more from him. So without doing further ado, let me straight away pass on the speaking opportunity to Rohit and asking him, tell us about yourself, Rohit.
Hi, namaskar, Bipulji. How are doing, mate?
Yeah, good, good,
This
good.
is Rohit
Yeah.
Singh. And I came to Australia 20 years back as a student in
Mm-hmm.
RMIT. I did my Masters of Information Technology in RMIT, and I was also a tutor of PHP programming. Then in 2008, I got married. I'm married with one child and one wife. So basically, I went to United States in 2008, and all this time I have been working in IT at different corporate levels. Um, in America, I was a manager for innovation technology team, and I also took course at Harvard Business School for entrepreneurship, business transformation, and business innovation. I started my own IT company, Idea to Network, over there, and then in 2014 I came back, and I've been consulting and doing my working with my own company, Idea to Network Proprietary Limited, and now I'm standing to be a counselor for Harrison Ward in Wyndham City.
Right. Okay. Before getting on to your election side, just to touch base on your company and what do you do and how does it help people out there?
So my company is a very innovative company called Idea
Mm-hmm.
to Network,
Mm-hmm.
www.ideatonetwork.com.au, and it basically provides cutting edge cross-platform mobile apps. So
Mm-hmm.
basically,
Mm-hmm.
this project has come out from MIT, Massachusetts
Mm-hmm.
Institutes of Technology, and we are leveraging on that technology. So
Right.
basically, it's building a cross-platform app. It will have the same code base for web, Android, and iOS. So
Right.
basically, you don't need to have a three different code base for three
Mm-hmm.
different environments. Now, by doing that, I'm cutting cost. So normally, to build an app in Australia costs around 80 grand, custom build app, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm offering that for 3,000 to help
Awesome.
out. Yeah, $3,000 I'm giving that app and helping the local business of Wyndham City and Australia to prosper and compete with the big corporate giants, because I believe the local business needs to have the tools to do their business more efficiently and effectively. So my entrepreneurship and IT entrepreneurship that I'm doing for my company is going to help the local business.
Amazing, amazing. Okay, now during this journey of entrepreneurship and working hard and to bring in efficiency or applying your learning in terms of technology, um, what made you to think to go for um, politics?
I think I am a social person.
Mm-hmm,
I've got social aspect to that, and I'm
mm-hmm,
a true leader.
mm-hmm,
I can lead a community, and I believe
mm-hmm,
in Vasudevai Kutumbakam. That means whole
mm-hmm.
world is a family.
Right.
So I believe in bringing the whole community together and
Mm-hmm.
create jobs for them and help out the community. I want to work for community, and that brings me into the politics.
Right. So far, from when you've landed and till now that we are talking, give us one example where you worked for the local community. Just one example that will trigger that, okay, practical journey has started.
I've done various work for communities right
Mm-hmm.
from the 2000. I have worked as volunteer in different organizations.
Okay.
Recently in COVID-19, I offered my services for vulnerable people
Mm-hmm.
with the mental health problems,
Mm-hmm.
the overseas students
Mm-hmm.
who doesn't have a job at this point. So I offered them a stay at my place. They can
Mm-hmm.
stay at my place, have food, and
Mm-hmm.
give them support,
Mm-hmm.
mostly to the migrant people, helping out the overseas migrant people. So and I
Okay.
because of lockdown in the COVID-19, a lot of people are staying on at home, and they are using
Mm-hmm.
internet. So there is lots of cyberbullying happening in the society. People are cyberbullying,
Mm-hmm.
and it's giving mental torture, and suicide rates are increasing. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, I raised my voice against cyberbullying. I
Mm-hmm.
I did my cyberbullying petition at the council, and it is
Mm-hmm.
going to be
Mm-hmm.
heard on 18th of March. It's been
Right.
noted, and
Mm-hmm.
so I have done lots of work for the community. And going forward, I want to do a lot of work for community. I want to create jobs. There are lots of issues in the community that I think coming into politics, I can resolve them.
Right. Okay. Okay. Um, List down three top three things, the issues or the challenges that you want to address once you get elected.
The three main issues that I faced that Wyndham Council had the vision of making a smart city,
Mm-hmm.
right? That has not happened. A
Mm-hmm.
smart city needs to be different than what it is existing now. We need
Mm-hmm.
more buses in the area. People are traveling to city. There are not enough buses. The
Mm-hmm.
parkings are lacking. There is not enough parking at the railway station. At the
Mm-hmm.
peak time, people are having trouble getting the parkings.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Mental health, due to the COVID-19, people are suffering from mental health. So I
Mm-hmm.
need to help the mental health people. Jobs. Now,
Mm-hmm.
jobs is the biggest problem. Like, people has to travel to city so far to get
Mm-hmm.
jobs. How about we
Mm-hmm.
create a
Mm-hmm.
jobs in Wyndham Council? And that's what my company is
Right.
doing. And
Right.
another there was another proposal from counselor to make Wyndham an Indian precinct.
Right. Okay.
So the Indian, it was never made. I want to volunteer to make Wyndham an Indian precinct.
Right. Okay. Okay. Um, why do you think the few challenges which you are making a mention, it seems they have been pending for a while. They have not been addressed. What do you think? What are the reasons why they have not been addressed to?
There is no true leader in the council. We need a
Mm-hmm.
true leader and a visionary and
Mm-hmm.
innovative person who
Mm-hmm.
can raise voice and work for the community. Right now, the representation in the council is not truly reflected. The councillors
Mm-hmm.
are not doing their job, so that
Mm-hmm.
needs to change. And Wyndham will become a
Mm-hmm.
smart city, and it will happen very soon.
Mm-hmm. Um, One of the subject that you said was about transport or travel infrastructure. What is the current challenge, and how are you thinking to um, move a problem or a challenge into a good opportunity? What is that into your mind?
I have a couple of ideas. I will create
Mm-hmm.
jobs in Wyndham City
Mm-hmm.
by creating a Silicon Valley and making an IT hub here. And people
Mm-hmm.
don't have to travel to city number one. That will reduce
That's
the
okay.
traffic to the city. Uh, and in the time being, while we are building this Silicon Valley, we will have more buses. So
Mm-hmm.
the buses are not on time. Buses are
Mm-hmm.
not infrequent. Buses are
Mm-hmm.
not everywhere. So
Mm-hmm.
we want to streamline and get more funding to get more buses. and
Hmm.
if possible, free travel for residents of Wyndham, because Wyndham is growing day and night exponentially. If we can
Hmm.
provide a free transport on the buses and trains, that can solve the problem.
Right. When you say your ward or your council is growing, what is the population of your council? Approx.
The population of council is 2,70,487. That's as
Hmm.
per the census. 270,487.
Right.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and
Precise number.
we are from at least 25 different nationalities. We are from
Wow.
20 different countries. So we are very
Hmm.
multicultural. It's a melting pot of Victoria, and we
Hmm.
want to leverage that multiculturalism, the migrants,
Hmm.
voice of migrants, and we
Hmm.
want to make this Wyndham Council a model council.
Right, right. So I'm pretty sure when you say it's close to 200,000 plus population,
Yeah,
population will have people from uh, all the age brackets, mostly the younger crowd in a way. So that
right.
also calls for um, the education infrastructure. How is the education infrastructure?
Oh, that's a very good point. It's a very good question, Mr. Bipul.
Thank you.
I would say. Yeah, thank you very much for asking me that question. In Wyndham, even though the population is growing, we don't have good schools.
Mm-hmm.
People have to travel to grammar school to, because none of the schools are top rating schools in the Wyndham city. So
Mm-hmm.
when I
Mm-hmm.
was trying to move here in Wyndham city, I was looking
Mm-hmm.
at the school listing, uh,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
which is the best school in Wyndham, and there is
Mm-hmm.
none. So what I
Right.
propose is that the council allocates land, because
Mm-hmm.
council has the power to allocate land and build
Mm-hmm.
a school that is top
Mm-hmm.
rating in whole Victoria, in whole Melbourne.
Right. Okay. Uh, do you think nobody would have thought about it in past?
I think the current councillors have not done enough
Mm-hmm.
to make this happen, because we don't
Mm-hmm.
have the best rating schools in the area. And
Mm-hmm.
my background, myself, I am made from education.
Mm-hmm.
My father was engineer and my mother was a housewife. So whatever I am today is because of education. I have done
Right.
bachelor's of business management, masters of information technology. I went to Harvard
Mm-hmm.
Business School. So whatever I am today, I'm a self-made person due to education. So I want to bring this education back to my future generation, to all Aussie people, to all migrants of all over the world, to my own son, and I want to send him to the best school in the whole area in whole Victoria. So that's my
Okay.
vision, and by doing that, by creating a better school, more school. The schools are
Mm-hmm.
not closer to the homes either. There are not enough schools, so we need more schools in the area.
Right. Right. The other thing, when you say you want to make your council as a Silicon Valley or an IT
Yeah.
hub, right? Equally, you would need the training centers to develop that skill, that curriculum
Mhm.
into the educational process, right?
Right.
It's not just building a building and laying tables and chairs and making it IT hub. Doesn't work that way, I believe. As you
No.
said, you've learned, you've studied, so that education has to be there.
Right.
So you will need those education centers. Are those included in your thought process when you talk about the education?
Yes, I do. And that's the whole agenda that I've published on my website,
Mm-hmm.
www.rohitsingh.com.au. So it's
Mm-hmm.
published there. And I have a clear cut agenda for the council. Now, I
Mm-hmm.
want to build better schools and maybe university, so that we train world class people, number one. And then with creation of
Mm-hmm.
Silicon Valley, creating local jobs locally, will hire these young talents from our own
mm,
Australia. So all
mm,
young
mm.
Aussies will be hired there because the
Mm,
population of Wyndham is mostly young people, and
mm.
will hire them, and it will create jobs not just in IT, in all different fields. It will create a
Right,
job.
right,
So
right.
basically, I will provide the whole infrastructure
Mm-hmm,
that's needed for the IT, because when I was in Boston,
mm-hmm,
I have experienced the ecosystem of
mm-hmm,
the
mm-hmm,
company. There is a startup in every corner in Massachusetts. I want
mm,
that to
mm,
happen in Wyndham. That's my
mm,
reason.
mm. So when you say that you want to work on infrastructure, you want to give people better services, and quite a few of them is like almost um, nearly free or maybe free. Where will this money come from? Who will pay for it?
The ratepayers are paying the money. They're paying enough
Mm-hmm,
money, and
mm-hmm,
a few things like the Wyndham Council didn't reduce the rates for the residents, but some
mm-hmm,
neighboring companies did reduce the rates. Right.
mm-hmm,
So there's enough fund in the council that I can get a grant for
mm-hmm,
the. I mean, they can allocate a land for
mm-hmm,
Silicon Valley, and
mm-hmm,
we'll build the infrastructure, and we will
mm-hmm,
invite all the startup companies to come there to
mm-hmm,
collaborate.
mm-hmm,
We'll have a co-working location, venture cafe. We will have
mm-hmm,
investors. We'll have the banking people. The whole infrastructure will be created in one room, and we will
mm-hmm,
inspire the young enthusiasts, the young minds to come and do a startup, and that will create a
mm-hmm,
job. So I think
mm-hmm,
Wyndham Council has enough money. They
mm-hmm,
are being wasted in different areas. But if
mm-hmm,
we leverage that money and put that in the right direction from the
mm-hmm,
ratepayers' money, uh, I see my rate paying that I am paying is not going in the right direction.
mm-hmm,
That
mm-hmm,
rate, the rate
mm-hmm,
that I am paying, should have
mm-hmm,
been gone in a better direction to do
mm-hmm,
some facilities like that. That's what
mm-hmm,
I stand for. So council
mm-hmm.
has enough funds. If the council doesn't have a fund, and if I have to reach out to a state or to the federal, I will raise my voice to state and federal as well. Because
Mm-hmm.
since I become a counselor, I will know a lot of people in my council. Like I will have connections with the state politicians and federal politicians. So I will raise my
Mm-hmm.
voice all the way through, and I will get that
Mm-hmm.
funded and granted for the council.
Okay. Okay. The other side, this is more towards making it a IT hub and creating more jobs, improving the infrastructure. That's one aspect. The other aspect, which you made a mention a while ago, was there are people who are vulnerable, with respect to, say, age factor or health issues. What would you do for them?
I've already initiated on my website www.rohitsingh.com.au. There is
Mm-hmm.
one section of the page. If you go into that website and look, I volunteer to bring all the vulnerable people, mostly elderly people, for a city
Mm-hmm.
tour. Right now, we
Right.
cannot do because of COVID-19 lockdown. But as soon
Mm-hmm.
as the COVID-19 lockdown finishes, I will do
Mm-hmm.
the same thing what I will do for my parents.
Mm-hmm.
Being an Indian background, we have a lot of respect for our parents and the elderly people. So I
Mm-hmm.
will gather all the elderly people, take them out for a tour in the city. We'll have
Mm-hmm.
coffee. We'll have I will spend whole day looking after them, and entertaining them and facilitating them. I will hire a bus, and I will do a lot of things for elderly people and the vulnerable people.
Yeah. Okay. Now, this is one part that you will take them to a city tour and coffee and give them a little bit of kind of good time. But that is one part, one small part that does not happen every day. The day-to-day life is for medicines or food, good food, safer environment, taking care of their health needs, not only in medicine but the infrastructure as well. What would you do for that? What would you do for that side of the whole thing?
There's a lot of things that we can do. Right now, I see the problem because since I'm from an IT background, I almost
Mm-hmm.
think in what technology can do, right?
Right.
One of my
Mm-hmm.
vision is to help poorest kid on earth with technology.
Mm-hmm.
My
Mm-hmm.
goal and vision of my company is that. So
Mm-hmm.
I want to help the kids, the poorest kid in Australia, the families in Australia as well, in Wyndham City.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, what my proposal is, right now, when you go to a doctor, there's not,
Mm-hmm.
first of all, there's not enough doctors in Wyndham City. We need
Mm-hmm.
more doctors. We need more
Right.
doctors. And that will
Mm-hmm.
come out from the education that we'll be providing, and we'll have more doctors here and more clinics here, easy
Mm-hmm.
accessible for the family. And
Mm-hmm.
and we are lagging too much in the technology.
Mm-hmm.
Right
Mm-hmm.
now, I'm proposing, actually, I will be building an app, that I was
Mm-hmm.
going to build an app for a COVID tracking, for
Mm-hmm.
COVID-19 tracking app. Before the
Mm-hmm.
government came up with that app, my company
Mm-hmm.
was doing that. So it would
Mm-hmm.
trace the COVID tracking app, and it will make the life easier, and people will not get the coronavirus. That's number one.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
in this difficult time, this difficult times, like coronavirus comes once in a century, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the things get tested. Right now, the
Mm-hmm.
medical professionals, we don't have enough medical professionals. We should have more
Mm-hmm.
medical professionals in the area. The medical should be connected to the pharmacy. As soon as
Mm-hmm.
the doctors are assessing, the mental health hospital should be connected with the GP. The GP should be
Mm-hmm.
connected with the pharmacy. It should be all
Mm-hmm.
in one system.
Mm-hmm.
Right
Mm-hmm.
now, there is a
Mm-hmm.
big gap there in terms of infrastructure, the IT infrastructure for those facilities. Like, if you
Mm-hmm.
spend time with your mental health doctor, the GP doesn't know about it because
Mm-hmm.
it's not
Mm-hmm.
connected, well connected, and so on. So there's a lot of infrastructural, IT infrastructural changes that we can bring in the society for betterment
Mm-hmm.
of family, for vulnerable people, for
Mm-hmm.
children, for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And it would
Mm-hmm.
be a model. Once I become a counselor, it will be a model council in the whole of Victoria, in whole of Australia.
Right, right. Now, there are two aspects on this. One, creating an infrastructure and then the students studying and then coming out and then becoming medical professionals. That's a long-term process. What I mean is,
Right.
what happens now?
Now we need more.
How would you invite the professionals who are existing professionals to come and serve your local community?
I will inspire the people to come out and help
Mm-hmm.
out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, and I'm already doing that. I run a couple
Mm-hmm.
of groups from my
Mm-hmm.
region in India. And
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people. I'm a community leader. I know a lot
Mm-hmm.
of people. So I will inspire
Mm-hmm.
them to come out and help out.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, we are in a stage 4 lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't need volunteers, because ADF, Australian Defence Force, has come into picture, and we don't need volunteer. The way we can
Mm-hmm.
help the government currently is by not going out of the home, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if needed, if the government and the people of Australia needs more volunteer, I will
Mm-hmm.
inspire more people to come out of their homes, the young
Mm-hmm.
generation people, to help out the community.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing, even though it doesn't fall under the jurisdiction of counselor, like as a counselor, I have limited powers. I cannot do everything, but I can influence. I can influence at a different level. So basically, what I will do is inspire to doctors to be immigrant here.
Mm-hmm.
Doctors
That,
to
but
be.
that immigration would be beyond that. That is at a federal level. At a
Yes.
local level, you can maybe have one day as a medical, some sort of gathering where professionals are available, and you um, pre advertise or pre market or pre communicate that, okay, hey community, this people will be available here. So you can come and get it checked or whatever, something of that sort, which is very local, which is on your ground. Would do you think you can do that way? Hello, Rohit, seems we've lost you. Come back again. Rohit.
Hello. See, this is what happens in COVID-19. The problem of infrastructure. We don't have a good internet here.
No problem, no problem. We'll get there. There are
So
so many
we
positive
need
challenges
to
out there for you.
work on this infrastructure. Right now there was a yeah,
Yeah. Go on, go on.
yeah.
Okay, so we okay now on the
So
ground level.
yeah,
On the, yeah, yeah. Talk. Keep talking.
on the ground level, I will do a lot of voluntary work, the community
Hmm.
work, and
Hmm.
inspire a lot of people to come out and be a community worker and help out the community.
Hmm. Okay. Um, give one or two avenues where the current money, the council money, is wasted.
Um, I haven't seen the budget. Once I see the budget of the new budget that's being launched,
Hmm.
I can figure that out. Right now, I'm not in the council, so I don't know much about ins and out. But what I
Hmm.
see is that there's not enough parks, there's no
Hmm.
enough recreational facilities, there's not enough
Hmm.
buses, so there's not
Hmm.
enough parking. So obviously,
Hmm.
the money is going in a wrong direction. It's not going in the right
Hmm.
direction where it's needed.
Hmm. When
Yeah.
you assume you become a counselor, and how would you involve your local people community in your decision making process?
Can you come again, please?
Assuming you become a counselor, how will you involve your
Yes.
local people, your community into the decision making process? How will you involve them?
I will have lots of
Hello? Seems the connection is a little bit tricky, playing around. Hello? 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 Infrastructure, internet seems to be a challenge.
So this is
Yeah.
the issue, as I mentioned already, is the
Hmm.
IT infrastructure. We are
Hmm.
It's a smart city. We should have best of the best internet.
Hmm.
Even though
Hmm.
I'm on NBN and
Hmm.
best internet, but it's failing us.
That's
But
fine.
these are the challenges that we're gonna work on.
Beautiful. So coming back to my question, how will you involve your local community into your decision-making process?
Uh, on any major decision that's gonna take, I'll take
Mm-hmm.
vote from the people.
Mm-hmm.
I will educate them in cyber, like I'll use survey,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
I will send out in a pamphlet people to go into the survey and
Mm-hmm.
give their opinion. So I will
Mm-hmm.
take their opinion from the community, what is
Mm-hmm.
more needed, and as per voted, I
Mm-hmm.
will act on that.
Mm-hmm. Right. A while ago, you made mention of cyberbullying. What was that? And tell people a little more about it.
Okay, so as soon as I declared myself to be a counselor, contestant for contestant to be a counselor in Wyndham Council, I
Mm-hmm.
started getting cyberbullying. Like
Mm-hmm.
people started harassing me, calling me names. They were
Mm-hmm.
racist to me, and
Mm-hmm.
it gave me so much of mental torture.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
imagine people from a migrant background like myself, who is
Mm-hmm.
having a family life and a IT professional, has to
Mm-hmm.
suffer that. Imagine all other vulnerable people, they are suffering.
Mm-hmm.
So I started a petition with the council. Like I got people to educate them and sign the paper, and I brought them to the council for cyberbullying, and it is going
Mm-hmm.
to be heard on 18th of March.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Um, uh, what is that one message out there to your local community? Why should they vote for you?
With all the candidates that's out there, I am the
Mm-hmm.
best. I am
Okay.
backed by education with experience. I'm a family man and
Mm-hmm.
I have a vision and
Mm-hmm.
I can do a lot for the community.
Right. And you have the concrete plans into your mind frame.
Yes, I do. I have a clear picture what I want to do for council
Mm-hmm.
and help out community and make a
Mm-hmm.
smart city,
Mm-hmm.
Silicon Valley,
Mm-hmm.
and help out all different walks of community, better
Mm-hmm.
parks,
Mm-hmm.
uh, better bus facilities,
Mm-hmm.
better parking facility at the railway station. So I have a clear
Mm-hmm.
cut vision what I want to achieve for my Wyndham Council.
Right. Okay. And if people want to reach out to you, then where and how should they reach out to you? What are your contact points?
So they can reach out to me through my website
Mm-hmm.
currently www.rohitsingh.com.au, and
Mm-hmm.
they can reach out to me on
Mm-hmm.
Facebook page Rohit Singh for Harrison Ward page, and they
Mm-hmm.
can put their complaints there. I may
Mm-hmm.
not be able to answer all the comments on the Facebook page, but I will do another session of live streaming and where I
Mm-hmm.
can answer all the questions.
Right. Okay. Okay. Um, Anything last before we conclude the session? Anything that you would want to say?
I would like to say, residents of Wyndham Council, please vote for me. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
new face for Harrison Ward. I have got a lot of clear intention and a true goal and a true heart, and I want to help out the people and I want to work for the community. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rohit. It was pleasure talking to you, and hope you progress well. And we catch up in the next session, as and when your availability is there. Because I'm pretty sure you're getting busier and busier. It's very hard to catch. hold of you. So yeah,
Right.
looking forward for the next session
All right.
anytime soon. Cool. Thank
All
you.
right.
All the
Thank
best.
you.
Take
Thank you
care.
very much.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye. Bye.